So much for doing this, Colleen. So I'm Kelly Steyn. I'm a residential realtor with Keller Williams, here interviewing Colleen Falicki with Back to Earth Compost, a great local business. She's been around a while now. So I wanted you to share a little bit about the business, the history, and why you got started.
Sure. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks for having me. So we've been around actually 5 years. It's crazy. Time flies. But I think it was 2017, kind of officially. Residential curbside compost pickup service. Initially it was all residential, and then that kind of grew into commercial businesses as well. Schools, restaurants, offices, breweries, cafes. We also have collection sites. So we are at a number of different farmers markets and other locations collecting food scraps. And we're also doing a lot of compost education, compost workshops. I just did a workshop yesterday for a garden club. So if anyone wants to learn how to compost, we do once a month Zoom classes, or you can form your own group to do a class as well. It's fun, and you learn the 5 easy steps to compost at home. So I can break it down for you to make it easy and just really simple, so that you can create compost to use in your gardens, around your flowers and whatnot. So
that's great. So how did you get started?
So I got started, interestingly enough, when I had my kids. So they're teenagers now, but I remember when they were young, I realized how much trash we were creating at home and wanted to do something to be more sustainable. So I started composting. My mother-in-law gave me a composter, and I did backyard composting. And then we started going to farmers markets and going to the farms and picking strawberries and blueberries and blackberries and all that. And I wanted my kids to really understand where their food came from. And then also the cycle of it, where, it can go. You don't have to put your food in the trash, and, we can compost it and make soil out of it. So that's kind of where my passion for doing what I do now came from. Really, my kids inspired me. I feel like it's kind of always been in my blood, so to speak. And when I realized that I could help others and do this as a business, I got excited about it and kind of decided that I, do this. And I had a small SUV and some buckets, and I put the word out there that, I was going to be collecting food scraps and taking them to be composted.
I guess what the great thing is, if people are scared of composting in their backyard or don't have it, that's where you come in, right? You are helping them get rid of it off of their plate. So if they don't have a yard, or if they're just keeping them from doing them, which is a great
exactly
model.
I say everyone can compost. We make it easy,
right?
We just take it. Yeah, we just make it simple for you to want to do it, or to be able to do it, for sure. The nice thing about our collection sites is you can come bring your food scraps whenever. It's not subscription based, and you can drop them off on our website. There's a list of where we'll be on the weekends, Saturdays.
Ask that. Yeah, it's all listed on your, and if you sign up for your emails too, you list it on your newsletters as well. I know that. So tell me a little bit about where you go. So your territory per se.
So we're most of Montgomery County. I would say all the way from Elkins Park, all the way out to Souderton, and all the way over to Phoenixville and Chester County, down to Exton, Malvern, Paoli, Berwyn, and then over to King of Prussia, Conshohocken, and kind of that whole area in between. We do have a map on our website. I think it needs to be
good. Tell me something that people don't generally think about your business, or a fun fact, something that, most people don't think about composting or how they could use your services.
So I feel like most people don't realize that 40% of what they throw away is compostable. So when we say that, they get to thinking oh, I can throw my if I grow a garden, I can put that stuff in there in my bucket, or pits from avocados, like most people don't realize how much is compostable. And so we have a long list on our website of everything that can go into the bucket. And then once they start collecting the food scraps, they realize that they're keeping it out of the landfill and putting it back into the soil. And a lot of people don't realize like what the end product, how great the end product, like finished compost is, and in like any benefits. Beside, when you add it to your garden, your plants are healthier, you need less fertilizer, no pesticides, you water it less because it actually absorbs water. So you're using less resources in your garden, which is nice. And then, finished compost when applied to the land actually sequesters carbon, and it's a game changer for climate change. So if we all make the small change, we can make a big difference. So just like spreading the word and realizing like how important it is. It's not just like, oh, I'm keeping food out of the trash can. It's like I'm making a difference, and each one of us can make a difference together. So that's what I love about it.
That's actually a really good point. So you from the area, what's your favorite restaurant, or where do you like to go with your kid?
They like Chicky and Pete's.
All right.
Over in Audubon. So, we try to cook at home as much as we can, really. And we shop at the Ambler Farmers Market, at the Malvern Farmers Market, really wherever we can get like local fresh produce. I try to support the local farmers as much as we can as well. And it keeps the money locally to have our economy, or for our local economy. It just keeps things local. So it's just really, it's important. It's important that our farmers are supported, just because if you know your farmer, you know where your food comes from. And that's huge, like how many hands it's passed through and who's taking care of the land that your food is grown on. That's really important.
So what's your website? What's the best way to check out where you will be, sign up for your newsletters?
Yeah, so our website's backtoearthcompost.com.
What about any special promotions that you want to share?
Yeah, so we always have our promotion of first month free trial for our residential curbside compost customers.
Awesome. People should definitely go check that out. Well, thanks so much, Colleen. This was great. Very educational, good stuff to know about. And so happy to have you in our community. If anyone else is looking to participate in our interviews and on our website, parkbench.com/collegeville, let me know.